And we're live!
We're back!
Welcome to the Underdog journey on a Thursday instead of a Wednesday.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I had a unknown medical procedure that put me down for a day. I don't want to say what it was because, we all know that the algorithms would pick it up and, would flag facts about this or this is only a half-truth or anything or something like that. So we don't want to get into that. Yesterday was not a good day for me to be out driving, so let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, but you survived, so that's good.
Yeah, I drove 6 hours round trip to Southern Ohio and back.
Probably not a good idea.
On the way down there, I was like, "Oh, this isn't so bad." And then
on the way back,
about 12 minutes into the drive back, it was going. You know what? This is not good.
I've made a big mistake. Laura Lines Black says, "Hello, guys. Hello, Laura. Good seeing you."
Hi, Mom.
My mom doesn't even watch anymore, so Mom, if you're watching, don't leave any frowny faces this time. So it's funny that we're starting on a Thursday this week because next week we're also coming live on a Thursday.
Yep.
Because
you want me
to do the intro? You're the car guy.
I'm sorry.
He's over here actually doing work.
I'm over here clicking the buttons to do all the stuff. Yes, we're coming to you all live next week from the National Corvette Museum racetrack.
That's awesome.
I've got tires to go on my car this weekend that are better suited than the drag radials that I have now. But we're going to put the Corvette on the track down there. We're going to have some footage from on there. We'll have a little bit of pre-recorded stuff. I don't know. We might do a quick live blurt here or there throughout the day as we can. But then we're going to go live from Race Command with the podcast. It's going to be earlier than normal, so get off work early if you've got to. Take a half day.
Yeah, we will post more details as they come in.
Yes.
Who is going to be our special guest? Is he confirmed?
Yes.
He has confirmed.
Shane Glenn from the
Rahal Racing Team.
Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing Team.
A lot of names, more than you used to be.
Yes. They race, it's IMSA, and I bought the CBS package to watch IMSA.
Yeah.
For their whole entire thing now until next year, and it's worth it because you know what, you can watch NASCAR, you can watch all these other things, but IMSA will have, there's 30 cars on the track, but there's 5 different groups, maybe 6 sometimes, different groups of cars. So you have like a prototype car or an experimental car. Then you have this class and this class and this class, and they're all on the track at the same time. So even the guys that are on the really fast prototype cars, as you can imagine, they're like, oh, we've got a lot less restrictions on us, so it's going really fast. They still have to deal with the lap traffic and all the planning around and these cars aren't slow, but they're much slower than them cars.
That's awesome. So next week we're going to be live.
It's now my new favorite. It's my favorite racing format now.
So we're going to be live from the Corvette Museum.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about the business of racing. That's pretty awesome.
Yep.
That is great. All right. So, before so last week we talked about NFTs, kind of the ins and outs of the technology, what that's all about. Now,
non-fungicidal topical creams.
Hey, we put the fun
in
non-fungible. In fungus.
No. Same fungus. We put the fun in fungus.
So before we get started, you're pretty passionate about a subject right now, and I wanted to hear this rant live on the internet. I actually told you to stop because I wanted you to do this live. Get all your venting out on the internet.
Well, we have actually talked about this in the past. You guys can go back way back when we were in our what we called our home studio at the time. We talked about, let's say you're a company of A or a company of B, and you want to compete and basically take a market share or percentage of one of the big guys. And I told you back then, I said, what you do is customer service. That will differentiate yourself from the big guys. The big guys struggle with customer service because they're large, they're laggy. And right now, with everybody being remote, I have dealt with 2 three really massive companies just in the last 2 days that have had me fit to be tied on their lack of customer service. Partially because they are under this ridiculous belief that everybody working from home is a good thing. The problem is when I say, hey, can you, you know what, if you can't figure this out, let's get this over to somebody who can. And they're like, well, I'll have them email you back. No, dude. I want you to put me on hold, reach out to them, and let's get this sorted. Well, I can't do that. We're all working from home. Well, guess what? If you can't execute your job and give great customer service, you're doing it wrong. Get everybody back into the flipping buildings where you can provide good. Big companies already have a struggle because they are so segmented with customer service.
Yeah.
So right now, if there's a small guy out there going, you know what can I do to? I want to put a nail in the coffin on this guy, this big boy's play in the market that I'm in
Customer
my
service.
area, in my geographic location. Customer service. I want to take the lion's share of the market over here. Customer service. I want to have not just clients, not just customers. I want to have raving fans. Customer service. For the love of all things and holy, work on your customer service. It's ridiculous how. This is actually a saying that. This is actually a saying.
When you get passionate about something, you go.
This is actually a saying that my cousin came up with after watching a terrible play called Escabana into Moonlight, which was a play that, and we won't go into details on it too much.
Is he a big theater guy?
No, he's not. No, he's not. But anyway, it was a play. Jeff Bridges, the guy from Arachnophobia. Yeah, Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
That played with that and Dumb and Dumber and other things. But he wrote this thing. And his explanation of this, the opening line of it was porcupine piss poor plot. Porcupine piss poor customer service that has been going around is absolutely unacceptable. This is a
literally nobody else got that reference. It's probably a good thing you mentioned the movie.
That's fine. They're going to get it now. They need to go watch this show or the play, and you guys will understand immediately how terrible it was. All I did was read the synopsis of it, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm out. I'm good. I don't need anything to do with this. I'm not going to waste my time.
You don't see many plays.
Actually, I don't mind a good one.
Yep.
I don't mind a good one. I love symphony, that type of music.
Okay.
I love. It's very complex, complicated. I love being able to pick out a specific instrument in it and go in it. But anyway, back to customer service. Do it. Do it. It's as simple as that. It's the easiest thing to do, yet it's the hardest thing to do.
Right.
The company and the business is not always wrong. So it's not always give away the house for free. But you can have empathy. And when I say empathy, it doesn't mean to have them auto-programmed to say, oh, I'm sorry about your frustrations, while I just sit here and click on a keyboard. I actually honestly believe that they have a keyboard that they type on, and they click a mouse most of the time.
Right.
And then they got one of those loud keyboards over here that's not actually connected to anything, and they just go clack, 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 clack.
You know what kills me is when you're talking to a robo answering machine, right?
Yeah.
And it tells you to wait while they look up your information.
Oh, yeah.
And it has the fake typing information. I know you're not typing anything. You're a computer.
Yes.
I don't need it.
My face is red most of the time, but it goes a whole new shade when that goes, or when it gets the. I'm like,
right.
Why? I know you're just doing a Google search inside of your own, web page in your own intranet. I
Just
get
give
it.
me some silence. I understand you're doing something.
Play some Master of Puppets for the love of all things holy. I don't need to hear a fake computer going. Clack, 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 clack. But honestly, it's like you go to a. Let's go with a bank because that was one of them was a bank. And we get to I'm dealing with his bank, and I'm trying to do something in this side for a mortgage, but then there's another problem over here that's also in mortgage. But these two different things, because I was trying to refinance my house, and then I got the new job, and I'm relocating, so I'm selling my house and buying another one. So I'm like, whoa, stop the refi. I'm going to buy a house, and there's just all this stuff that just something went wrong. It's just all nuts. But this way, even inside of the mortgage part of this bank, they don't talk between the two. And I'm sitting there finally on the phone yesterday, I'm like, sir, I have to apologize to you out the gate. This has been going on for a very long time. My frustration is at its peak, and you're the guy who's going to take the brunt of it. I'm going to do my best not to yell, scream, or cuss at you, but I'm going to tell you I'm not hanging up the phone until we get somewhere.
There you go.
And he struggled because he couldn't just, hold on a second. Hey, Phyllis. This guy is pissed. and get somebody over to take care of me. No, it was, hold on, I got to Google search my directory.
But again, yeah, you'd think there'd be a directory or an intranet where they can look up other departments' information, right? I mean, it can't be that hard. So Jeff Storbeck says, has a quote here. It takes months to find a customer and seconds to lose one. A quote from Vince Lombardi.
Vince Lombardi. Yes, I know that quote.
That's a great quote. That's a great quote, Jeff.
Yes. So I'm dealing with this bank, and I said, look here, I've got a business that does a lot. The old business I was in before, they bank with you. I understand that my personal banking is really pickles to you, but all my insurance, my mortgage, my banking, everything goes through this one bank. I have one account in another bank that's back in the day, it was easier to transfer money to people who, we'll just say, needed some help. So it was easier to do it from another bank, so that's why I had that account set up. And these days, I don't really need it, but I keep it over there anyway.
Sure.
And like, do I need to take all of this stuff and just go to this other bank? I mean, do I need to find somebody else to do the mortgage? Do I need to find somebody else to look? I mean, what point do I just say, you know what?
If they have better customer service,
I'm out.
Why not? You said yourself.
Customer service.
Customer service is king.
Customer service. There's literally nothing you can do that is more powerful in a customer's mind than good customer service.
And you know what? I don't even think it's directly tied to companies having so many employees work from home. I think it's maybe the fact that there isn't the infrastructure at a lot of large companies to give people the proper information they need when they're outside of the office. So maybe it is directly related, but you think there is a software solution that can fix this, that needs to be implemented.
There could be.
Because I
mean, a lot of people use VPNs to come in to their offices, but for those of you that aren't in the industries that I'm in, telephone networks are ridiculously complicated.
Well, on top of that, you found out recently that a lot of large companies are locking down their networks for security reasons.
Oh, trust me, I couldn't with my new company. Which, all right, I'm not wearing the shirt. Oh yeah, Optimistic
is our new company, by the way.
That's nice. I like
we're starting a new beer company, Optimistic.
I would call it Barley Mystic.
Get the URL for that, by the way.
Yeah, it's good stuff. But this new company, there was at one point in the very recent past that I couldn't go to Google Maps.
Yeah.
So this site is blocked.
You're locked down.
Blocked.
Yeah.
And I get this email saying, "Hey, we want you to do this training, but before you do this training, we want you to watch this YouTube video on the training." I'm like, all right, click YouTube video. YouTube. This site has been blocked. All right.
Yeah. And
I'll just think about it, man.
You got to think though, with so many employees working remotely through VPNs, it does make you wonder how many more vulnerabilities there are in technical infrastructures that hackers could get in through. I'll bet a lot of hackers are just having a field day right now.
Well, the one that started it all, if you remember back, was the Target hack.
Oh, yes.
Now, I was actually, it was the first time I got hacked and had my credit card stolen.
That was long before 2020, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was way back when.
Yeah.
So I was part of the Target hack. And that Target hack happened.
Were you targeted?
No. Because of an HVAC controlling computer. So in the corporate area, the data center computer room for Target's data center, there was a HVAC system, a building automation system to say, hey, when Sally complains it's too hot and Frank says it's too warm, they control dampers and baffles and all the stuff, a little bit more heat, a little bit more cool in the rooms, but those hook up to a computer. Some genius plugged it into their main network, and this computer is just built to go out to the world. So
it's backdoors.
You have it's not even backdoors. You have people who will say, "Well, I got to do the thing. 5 firewalls," and then you throw a device onto your network that
You're not
just goes straight.
Specifically, are you?
Well, actually, I am. That just goes straight out to the world. It doesn't matter if you got 50 firewalls. There's a freaking hole there's a tunnel straight to your firewall. And that's what happened, is they used that HVAC literally to control the air conditioning in your building. They used that to come in
Right.
And that's what got
so if you've heard about
stuff.
hacking backdoor exploits, that's what that is finding an unsecured, any tiny unsecured access to their system. And that's what they found. And I mean, that's one of the reasons why it's really easy to hack, governmental organizations.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I do it. I don't condone anybody who does it, but it's super easy because there's so complicated, the intricacy of the different systems that have to work together with the governmental agencies. Local and federal.
Actually, right now, we are recovering worldwide. This is every company in the world. You don't even know it, but you've already been hacked.
Yes.
And it's not your computer they went after. It was your router. They've already went into your router because that's one of the easy. Guess what? If you take the router, you get to watch every single speck of data that goes across that network. Every password, everything, anything you do goes through that router. That's what they've been hitting. They've been going over it. And let me tell you how this works. It's really not about stealing data anymore. That's not what they're after. They're after your money to release your own data. So what happens is they put this stuff on your router servers, which ends up in your computer, and they watch how you do your backups. Big companies, small companies, it doesn't matter. They watch how you do your backups, and then they find it and they lock that. So they'll say, all right, this guy has a 1-year cycle. So this stuff's been on your software, on your computer for over a year, it could be 18 months. They're like, all right, every year it's a backup to this final place, and then he doesn't keep anything after that. So they go lock up that year. Then they lock up the next one. Then they lock up the next one. Then they lock up the next one. Then they lock up your 24-hour file, and then they send you an email saying, we've locked up your files, your data. You can't get to us unless you give us this much money. It is called ransomware.
Yeah,
and if you don't pay for it,
ransomware's been around for a long time.
If you don't pay them, data gone.
And a lot of these things, like you were saying, are time delayed. So imagine the people who have ransomware on their computers right now and don't even know it. They won't know it for several years.
This guy right here, this thing I use. There's nothing on it.
Exactly.
Literally, what I use this for is this right here. I use it to run our podcast. There's no data that stores on here. It doesn't back up somewhere else or anything. So this thing could we want her. What are you doing?
We were going to get some stunt food. I screwed that up. They have a new dish here.
We need some demo food because we want to show you guys this food.
So that was my fault. My bad. So I got thinking about ransomware and
yes, he got excited.
I got very excited. So let's get to the topic of the day.
Wait, there's a topic.
Topic. What is this thing you call a topic? So the last week we talked about NFTs, what they are, basically how they work, how people are selling these things. One sold for $69 million. It was literally just a JPEG and a line of code. That sold for $69 million. So in a nutshell, we're just going to rehash. An NFT is basically a digital certificate of authenticity that is backed by blockchain, the Ethereum blockchain. In a nutshell, it's certificate of authenticity. And the value at this point is coming from the artwork that is being authenticated by the string of code, the NFT. And there's a lot of people making a lot of money. Man, a lot of money. I just real quick here want to show you guys some of the stuff going on here on the NFTs.
Oh my lord. Overly attached girlfriend. We've seen that one this week.
But I want to show you guys this. This is OpenSeas. This is one of the auction places where you can buy NFTs, right? And, you get really nice pieces of artwork, and you get some not so nice pieces of artwork. This right here is the trending collections, right? So I'm going to click on this little unicorn right here. Let's see what this little JPEG of this unicorn is going for. And as you can see, this guy literally just pumps out these things by the dozen. Changes a few pixels, calls it unique, mints these as an NFT, and we're looking at the prices. So you see this price. Let's see this one. This one here with this cute little unicorn is 18.89 Ethereum. That doesn't sound like very much money. Let's click on that and see what's going on with this here. Now, what is the current price of Ethereum? Well, 18.89 Ethereum is $39,000 for this. Now, look, there are people who say that's a valid investment, and we're going to get into that. But here's something else you
I'm
have to
going to
remember.
go from NFT to NFV. From non-fungible token to no effing value.
So look, and here's the funny thing about this. I can just click on this. I can also save this image. I can save this image out. Now, I don't have the NFT. I don't have the blockchain associated validating that I own the original artwork. But here's the funny thing that we also mentioned last week. As we're, she's ignoring us now. I gave the thumbs up and she's ignoring us.
Yeah.
So here's the funny thing. So let's say hypothetically, well, okay, we'll get into the dark side. Okay, I'll get into that in a minute. But just to go back, I want to look at this guy's shop to see all of the different NFTs that he's selling. So they're literally selling these crypto unicorns as NFTs. And here are all the different ones you can buy. 18, some are a little less expensive, 2.99. What's a 2.99 actually cost you in real dollars? Ethereum is 2.99 Ethereum. In real dollars, it's $6,187. So let's go into ones that he's sold. Or she's sold. I'm not judging here.
You sexist prick.
Let's see. So I'm going to go to activity. I'm going to go to sales. I'm going to see the NFTs this person actually sold.
I want to get. Does it list the buyers? If it lists the buyers,
it does.
As a salesman, I'm going to make a mint on these dummies.
It does list the buyers. So, but here's something I want to point out here. All of these. So these have sold, and you can see what they sell for. 0.18 Ethereum, 0.1 Ethereum.
Yeah, still, what's
that's still
can you click on
thousands of
that?
dollars.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So we're going to click on that. 0.18 Ethereum is
in real dollars.
In real dollars. It's not showing me the real dollar. Hang on.
Can you click on it?
Yeah.
Can you click on that? It's got the hamburger.
Nah, it's not showing me.
No. It's a little further away. I can't quite
see. It's a couple
see
$1,000s.
Yeah.
It's a couple $1,000s. It's sold for a couple $1,000 here. So, but here's the funny thing. You look at some of these, they have these weird little codes here where the name should be of the buyer. Well, I'm going to this buyer and I'm going to see their activity. And I'm going to see things that they've bought. Oh my, they've bought a lot of these crypto unicorns. So essentially what you're seeing here is this person is buying their own cryptos under a second account, their own NFTs under a second account to drive up the price so that way they can get on the homepage of the trending NFTs. Now this sort of thing is nothing new.
Yeah, who was the guy back in it might have been the 80s, maybe early 90s. He owned an electronics store and he was thinking about going public and he was basically robbing money out of the company but paying it cash back in to show revenue going up at a constant rate to increase his initial public offering.
I have no idea.
All right, I'll look into that. But
that's a good idea when we start a business. We should totally do that. That's actually kind of genius.
That's illegal?
There's nothing illegal about that. It's your own money. There's nothing illegal about that.
Nothing you got to disclose before you go to an IPO? Nothing at all.
As long as he's still paying taxes, right?
No.
So there are a lot of ins and outs about NFTs, and let's go over a few of the dark side things here. So we have a comment here. Jeff Storback. Millions of machines are hacked just to run crypto miners, and can run for years unnoticed, slower than normal on the internet. Now this is a good thing. Jeff, that's a great point. So
Yes.
Monero I believe is the coin that is really, really easy to hack to hack a website, place this little string of code, and whenever somebody goes to this website, it will mine basically run the process to mine Monero coins for you that you can then transfer into a different coin. And the funny thing is, it was UFC about 2 years ago. They found one of these strings of code on their website. If you can get in the back end of a large company's website where they're unlikely to notice this, you can place this code on there.
And how do you do that? Do you attack the computer itself that's sitting behind 15 firewalls, or do you start with the router?
Or you find what machine their HVAC system is connected to.
Or, and this is another huge one, your camera systems. Back in the day, people
are we
used
going to get into that hack?
Yes, people used to. Yeah, literally.
That was a big hack.
That was a big one. But back in the day, people used to use Pelco, Honeywell, Bosch, those types of systems that were robust, high security, and they cost a lot of money. The head unit itself for these systems would be 20 grand. And they resided off network. You could access them through a local network, but not a wide area network. So it had a LAN versus a WAN. For those of you in Rio Linda, means it talked inside of the building, but not outside of the building. So it was much more secure. Mm-hmm. But today you can run yourself down to the Walmarts or the Targets or the Home Depots and to my favorites, the Micro Centers, and pick yourself up a system in a box with 4K cameras that'll give you color in the middle of the night. And it's a network video recorder. All you got to do is plug this little thing in the back of your computer and run this app, and then you're all good to go. Mm-hmm. But what it doesn't tell you is even if you have 15 firewalls in the way of it, when you do that scan, unless you are entering in your public IP address and went to your router and done port forwarding saying, hey, I'm going to go to 65.218.218.19, and I want to go on port 601, and I'm going to talk through on port 601, and I want this authenticator and this thing right here. Mm-hmm. So I'm opening this port in the firewall for this one thing. It's going to talk straight from here to that computer, and that's it.
Right.
That's what port forwarding does, and that's how you do it secure.
Yep.
That's not what people do. Mainly because you all don't have static IP addresses on the WAN side. So it rotates every time it refreshes. Usually it's a lease for about 24 hours. So what happens is, instead of it talking directly to your computer, what happens is your system in a box talks out to some server, most likely in China or Russia, and then your app that you have on your phone then also talks to that, and then they link up via, you can do it a QR code, which basically says, hey, this system has this serial number, I'm going to match you up out here. Well, guess what? That computer, which is what the NVR is now just blasting its way straight out your firewall, and they don't have to hack through your firewalls to get to it. It's very simple to come through the video feed back into the thing, and you have wide open access to anything that's on your network because it's not port forward, it's not secure, it's not set up right. But no, I don't know what I'm talking about.
So we're going to get, he goes on these rants. So next we're going to start talking about algorithms. So get prepared. Jeff Storbeck actually has another good point here. He says lots of NFTs are being used to launder money, and he's 100% right.
So you know what? To be honest, I didn't even think of that.
Right, he's 100% right, because think about this. We're going to go into the costs in just a second about what it takes to actually create, mint and transfer NFTs. But think if it costs you a couple $100 to create an NFT and transfer and all that kind of stuff. If you have a fake account that you buy an NFT and you buy your own NFT on this other account, and you can show this as actual valid income for your digital artwork that you're creating.
Yep. You've laundered your money.
You just laundered a crap ton of money. And the great thing about crypto is it's by design anonymous.
Yep.
So anybody out there who's selling massive amounts of drugs online, you now owe me fees because I gave you this great idea how to launder money. But please do not associate yourself with me because
I will sell him out in a heartbeat.
He totally would. See, if I ever committed a crime, he would totally sell me out.
I'm like, all right, this is what he did. This is how you find him. And if you get him in cuffs, let me know. I'll hit him once with a baton.
This is his home address, and
I'll be there to watch. It'll be on video. Yeah. Don't break the law around me. I will.
He will sell you out.
I will sell you out. I won't sell you out because it's not selling you out. You're the one who broke the law. Don't do it.
Exactly.
Speeding, I'll exempt.
But Jeff had a great point. So let's get into.
Yeah, it's good. You know, the money laundering, I would have never even thought of it.
Well, because you're actually an honest person.
Yeah, I guess
that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So let's get into what it actually takes. So again, people are buying these things for thousands of dollars, and not just for laundering money. People are legitimately thinking these are great investments, and in some cases they are. We'll get into that. But here are the fees associated with creating one of these things. First of all, there's the minting fee.
We're 40 minutes into this. I could probably stop trying to invite people.
Yeah, maybe we can stop inviting people at this point.
All righty, there we go.
You're not showing up. You watch the replay. There's the minting fee, which is basically the fee it takes to create this thing, to create your NFT. There's the listing fee, which is basically to list your NFT on one of these markets, like OpenSeas, like we just showed you. There's the commission fee from the platform itself, which typically runs about 15%. Then there's the transaction fee, which is another fee that you need to get your money out of escrow after somebody buys your NFT. So there are a series of different things. So let's go through those real quick. At the time that I did my research, now it's gone up since then because crypto is always going up, and I'll explain why in a minute. It was around $1,740 for one Ethereum.
Oh, okay.
One Ethereum was $1,740. Okay. So the mining fee. The mining fee at the time was 0.05421 Ethereum. Now we'll get into the weird decimal fraction of why that is in a second. But so the mining fee essentially in dollars was $87.53 just to create this thing. Next is the listing fee. Listing fee is 0.035822 Ethereum. You don't care. It's 62.19. So between those two, just to create an NFT and get it listed, before you sell anything, you just paid $149.72. So you keep that in mind. But since people are buying these things for thousands of dollars, it seems, like chump change, right? Well, then there's the commission fee, which, as I said, is about 15% at this time to the platform itself. Let's say you sell your NFT for $300, because also there are a lot of NFTs that don't sell at all. So if you sell for $300, you did okay. 15% of $300 is $45. So then there's the transaction fee to actually get your money out of escrow after you sell the NFT, which is 0.018.
The 0.018.
0.018 Ethereum, which is $31.25. So all of that together, if you sell your NFT for $300, you just paid $225.97 in fees, and your profit was $74.03 for something you sold for $300. That breaks down to about 21-ish% that you were able to net from that. Which, again, if you sell for multiple thousands of dollars, maybe that seems like a good investment to you. But look, if you're new to this, it could be a gamble, and that you should be prepared to take that risk. Now, the weird decimal points that we talked about, like the mining fee, or the minting fee rather, was 0.05421 Ethereum. Why the weird decimal point? Because these fees are what they call gas fees, gas prices.
Oh, okay.
And that is directly related to the amount of processing power it takes to run the servers and the computers that actually run the equation to create an Ethereum coin. Right? Because in the real world, it actually takes computers and servers running at full speed to create these things. And the funny thing is over time, it actually becomes more difficult to create the next equation for the next coin to be created, to be minted, to be created. So over time, these prices will gradually go up. If you remember, back in 2010, when Bitcoin mining was accessible at home, you could have a home PC running these programs in the background and mining Bitcoins like nothing. But at the time, they were like 15 cents for a Bitcoin, and it was super accessible. Well, however, as time goes on, and the more complex the blockchain gets, the more processing power and the longer amount of time it takes to actually create these things, meaning the amount of power it takes to create these things goes up, right?
Yeah.
And and then on top of that, you stack on demand for the Bitcoins, which are now becoming harder to create. Essentially, it is scarcity, right? Which is one of the reasons these things are becoming more valuable.
Supply and demand works.
Supply and demand. Scarcity is a very big thing. So
like scarcity,
time,
like when you want the waitress to come by, but you give her a thumbs up, and then she disappears.
So that leads to one of the interesting conundrums I was thinking about, right? So a lot of people think, and I still do to a certain extent, that a lot of these NFTs are going to be completely worthless in a couple of years. After the bubble bursts, nobody cares anymore. You have a really overpriced piece of code sitting in a digital wallet somewhere.
Yes.
However, once the tipping point of processing power reaches the level of inaccessibility for the average person, the scarcity of that piece of code, that piece of the blockchain, that Ethereum, will, by necessity, go up to a certain degree until, let's say, I'm just making stuff up here. Let's say NFT 2.0 comes out and it runs on a different coin. Well, then you have a different blockchain running different pieces of code that is more accessible, and the whole thing kind of starts over again. However, will the current NFTs still be valuable? Will people still even care? I don't know. Time will tell. But I think long term, the investors right now who are buying these things, that's what they're thinking of. They're not thinking, oh, it's a collectible, it's the same as a baseball card or a Pokemon card. No, I think they're thinking of long term after the processing power available to make these things accessible is no longer within reach for the average person. Okay. It might still be worth something then. That's kind of what my thinking. But because
I struggle. I mean, and it's pretty obvious. I struggle with the virtual and the digitals and the things like that, because even the dollar bill.
Yeah.
Actually, I know neither one of us really often carry cash.
I don't have any. I don't remember the last time I carried cash.
But I've got a dollar bill, which I don't typically have one. But that dollar bill.
Okay. They can't see that.
Well, they don't have to. There you go. You know what a dollar bill looks like.
It's fungible. It's a
fungible token.
That each one is not unique.
Yes. Well, I mean, they have a serial number on it. Wait, we got a Shotsky over here.
Shotsky happening. All right. Are we gonna narrate this thing?
Yeah,
here?
narrate it.
Hold on.
Hey, hold up!
Get a Shotsky going.
There we go.
There you go. The whole internet just saw that Shotsky.
That's right.
Welcome to the Underdog journey, where we have Shotskys live on the internet.
That's right. So anyway, they do have a serial number on here.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter. Somebody is able to print as many of these as they want.
Yes.
So the value of this is made up.
Fiat currency.
The same problem I see that exists with this exists with the digital pseudo-cryptocurrency.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because, again, as I said, for that specific blockchain, for Ethereum, for Bitcoin, over time, it becomes more difficult to mine that coin. So what you used to be able to process on your home computer to
Justin Timberlake.
Yes, what about Justin Timberlake?
There is a movie, and my wife's going to be like, woohoo, because that's her guy.
Does he have a movie about NFTs?
No. There is only one actual currency that exists on this planet. Only one.
I love gold.
Time.
Oh, I didn't see that movie, but I know the one you're talking about.
It's actually really good and explains a whole lot. It might be called Out of Time. I don't know.
One of those. So where he has the clock built into his wrist.
You get the clock when you get 27, then it starts counting down. And the pseudo rich people basically live forever because everybody stays 27 all the time.
Right.
But time, it doesn't matter because gold, this cryptocurrency, Pokemon cards, and this dollar bill, they only have value when somebody wants it.
Yes. Well, Mick Wolcott said something last week, and he said the exact same thing we were talking about. Something is only worth whatever somebody else is willing to pay for it.
That's right.
So that dollar is only worth $1 because people over there believe it's worth $1.
It's worth $1.
This pound of gold that I might have, I wish I had a pound of gold in my hand. I don't have a pound of gold. If I had a pound of gold in my hand.
I do have $1. Here you go, $1.
That rock that was dug out of the earth is only worth something.
That's a metal.
It's a rock. Rocks can be made out of metal. It's a natural mineral that was dug out of the earth.
Okay, we're going to talk about ores and stuff here, so you guys can check out for a moment.
I didn't say ore, I said rock.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to refine the rock down, and we're going to separate out from the rock, the earth, and whatnot, to the metals. There's a whole different... You look at the periodic table of elements, and it's completely separate, the makeup of the minerals and stuff.
I didn't say ore, I said rock.
Gold is not a rock.
Does a rock have to be an ore?
A rock does not have to be an ore, but gold is a metal.
It is, yeah. Why? But if you find a chunk of it sitting on the ground,
I'm not gonna be like,
forming,
I'm gonna kick this rock down the road. I'm gonna be like, that's gold. Let me pick that up.
Well, okay, it goes into bugs. Are bugs insects? Yes. Are all insects bugs? No.
No.
Right. Are all rocks ores and minerals of that ilk?
No.
Exactly. So, a rock could be made of metal as long as it's naturally forming,
No.
and it is unrefined.
No.
Yes.
This would be hard to. Okay. Anyway, back to
Let's get back
non-fungible
so
tokens.
if I had a pound of gold here,
Yes.
this thing that was just laying on the ground, whether it's a rock or not,
This non-rock substance.
that I just found in a cave somewhere, is only worth something because everybody else believes it's worth something, right?
Yeah.
The same thing is true with NFTs or any cryptocurrency. This
Oh,
line
here's
of
our
code,
Minnie Mouse fan. She's leaving.
Hi.
She's not going to wait by.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
It's like, I'm done with you fools.
This line of code is only worth something because somebody else believes it is,
Yes.
which could define the possible bubble that's coming up with NFTs right now.
Yeah.
These crypto unicorns are only worth something because somebody else believes they are. However, in several years, is this going to be worth 35? Nope. Is that 35 Ethereum? Holy moly!
No.
Is this going to be worth $72.4 thousand in
No.
a couple years? Probably not.
Wait, there's a television show where they were like, "That's a no from me, dog."
I don't know any. I don't have any.
I don't watch any of it. Like, this is the reality. Oh, we might have another Shotsky going.
Are we going to film every shot?
We do. Well, I mean, yeah, it's a Shotsky.
Show every shot ski. All right. Yeah, you gotta wait for us. You see our camera there.
Well, yeah, we got no Zoom functionalities over there. They're back there. Best of luck to you.
Yep.
There we go.
And there's a shot ski happening
Oh,
somewhere.
they're only doing 3 of them.
Yep.
And they go.
And there you go.
Hey, they were all relatively similar height. Oh no, that one guy's really short. Those guys were stooped down low.
So one of these days we'll get a shot ski on here, and
Yep.
we'll do a shot ski live on the internet for everybody to see.
Might
But-
do one later tonight. Mick, get down here.
It's totally possible. Mick Walcott, where are you, buddy? So, but that's the funny thing. So NFTs, these aren't free, and there's a lot right now. People are finding out the bubble's already starting to burst to a certain degree because people aren't buying the way they're being advertised as being sold. But
Still, time, dude.
right,
It's time.
So
Not
there-
the cash, not your paycheck. It's literally how much of this, I believe this dollar has a value, I can go out and buy a beer.
right. But there,
How much of my time am I willing to dedicate to getting that dollar so I can go get that beer? How much time am I
Well-
willing to dedicate to go get that beer?
yeah.
How much time am I willing to dedicate?
Well, and the same could technically hold true for NFTs. How much processing power?
There we
Okay,
go.
So now we're ordering
All
stuff
right.
here. Okay.
I gotta take my headset off.
So live
Oh,
on
it's
the internet, we're ordering food.
So different when you take that off.
Welcome to the Underdog
We wanna
Journey,
order
where we
some
order
stunt food.
live on the internet.
We want to order a stunt food. I want to show everybody the
The schnitzel.
schnitzel parmesan.
Schnitzel parmesan.
And we're down here. That's it. Oh, and I want to go to Dunkel.
The schnitzel parmesan.
Actually, no. Give me the Weizen.
Does the schnitzel parmesan technically count as Italian or German? What'd you say?
Jiddly.
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 I like it. I would totally visit Jiddly. That sounds delicious. See? There you go.
Indeed. And then some jiddly. Yep.
And some Jiddly. Let's order Jiddly.
All right. Cool.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So,
Back.
So-
Oh, it's so much different with the headset
with
on and
these
off.
on and off, it's
Yeah.
a completely different world. But
Yeah.
there's still 3 major problems with NFTs that nobody's talking about. 3 major problems. Let's get to the first. And it goes back to your original rant, which is why I was kind of interested to hear your rant. Right now, there is no regulatory body or set of laws that protect you when you buy an NFT. If you go on one of these marketplaces and you have a problem, you are SOL.
Yep.
If you have a problem. And people are having that all the time. Where
And just out of curiosity, basically it's 51% of the blockchain is approved from, I'm sorry, the blockchain itself is approved from 51%, and it could be 50.00001 infinitive O's with a 1. Anything over 50%, that means that blockchain is true, correct?
yes.
So that blockchain is going there. And this is the semi-conspiracy theorist inside of me going, all they've got to do is get 51% of the calculation, and anything that you have digitally.
But that's true with any blockchain technology, not just NFTs.
Exactly. It's a flaw in blockchain.
Well,
you don't think the government's... Wait, we got to do the thing.
We get conspiracy theory coming up?
Yep.
Conspiracy theory alert.
You don't think the government's working on this too?
Well, and not just our government. There are other governments who
Absolutely.
are very interested.
I just said the government, they're all the same.
All right, so... Yeah, okay. I have no comments. I don't get in trouble here. But I was going to go a little different way with the regulatory bodies. So look, okay. Here's a hypothetical. Let's say you love keeping up with the Kardashians, and you totally keep up with those Kardashians, right?
What is a Kardashian?
They're an alien species on Star Trek.
Okay.
The Kardashians were one of the Kim Kardashian, those people.
Oh, the girl with the big butt.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I've seen pictures.
As long as we're being PC here, this is a family show. All right. So let's.
Hey, we got another Shotsky coming out.
Well, we're running out of time. Let's just keep going. We
No,
don't no, every Shotsky.
No. We got.
She's not coming our direction.
We got to. Literally right there.
We got to. All right. Well, all right. So we'll pause the main course and go to the Shotsky. And we got a Shotsky.
So while they're still standing up, you can go ahead and continue to talk. Here, I must take this out a little further. It might be better for them. Holy crap! This Jeff Starbuck is just on it.
Jeff Starbuck. So Jeff, do you know Jeff?
I know that he is wanting to join a fraternal organization that both of us,
awesome.
that both of us are participants in. There we go.
I was curious if Jeff was from our Instagram family because we've been doing a lot there. So Jeff, he brings up a great point. So Jeff says NFTs have potential for more than just collectibles. You can use them for other things like digital tickets, events, all kinds of things. And look, he's 100% right, and I was going to touch on that. We touched on this last week.
Yes.
The smart contract capabilities built into these. And we're going to talk about that in just a second, Jeff. That is a great point. Back to the point I was making, let's say you buy an NFT of Kim Kardashian. Because you like her big butt, as you said.
Okay, all right.
Okay. You buy this NFT of Kim Kardashian. There's nothing stopping you from buying this. However, when you buy this, you need to fully expect. All right, now we're getting our beer and.
Oh, we're not going to eat it. We're just going to show it on the thing.
We're going to show it on advertisement for the Hawk Ride.
Not now. I mean, we might not eat it all. We don't know.
Oh, we'll eat it.
He'll eat it.
I'll eat it.
She's
like, delicious. Yes,
here's
please,
some forks and stuff. Just someone set them down here.
She's trying to do her job, and you're like, we don't need that.
What's the name?
We're the Underdog Journey. The Underdog Journey. Yeah. We have a live studio audience here.
Yeah, we got a lot of people here, and what's hilarious is these poor servers come through here and they come to us all the time like, what's the name of that? What's the name of this again?
We literally
get to sign up here so they can see because all the people out here, man, they keep looking at us like,
because nobody in here can hear us. Nobody in here can hear us. They're like, we're just talking to ourselves.
Yeah, they don't have a clue.
So let's say you buy. There's nothing stopping you from buying the NFT of Kim Kardashian's butt.
Okay.
Right. Now keep that in mind.
Does she have a right to her own butt?
What you also buy, apparently, with that NFT could possibly be a lawsuit for copyright infringement, because the original owner of that image, right, was not paid when his or her image was sold. So, here's the problem. You can track back the original creator of the NFT, but by design, cryptocurrency is anonymous, meaning it's highly unlikely that it can be tracked back. However, when you try and sell it, if there is a complaint made against you at the time that you're trying to sell it on a marketplace, you can be tracked, and you can be fined, and you can be hit with a lawsuit for copyright infringement for selling somebody else's property. So
I specifically, because we had talked about NFTs, I was traveling last week. I was in upstate New York. I went to a museum up there of automobiles, because we're quite a gearhead family.
Yep.
Motoring enthusiasts, for those of you that listen from London.
As you do.
We got quite a bit of people. There was, we got people that watch in San Francisco, Texas, Florida.
We got people all over the place. Yeah.
Southern Ohio, West Virginia. We don't do too bad. That's my that's my area down there. Oh, here we go.
All right.
So I took some pictures, and I could zoom. Now, I mean, you guys aren't going to see this. You can see a little bit there.
Here we go. Well, we don't have your camera hooked up here, but that's a nice image.
So there we go. There's some of these pictures that I took, and I'm like, you know what? I could zoom in, and I could create an NFT of this image.
You totally could. There's nothing stopping you.
Nothing at all stopping me. I'm sorry. I find it, to me, that's a problem.
That is a problem. So whenever you buy an NFT, it is up to you, not the seller. It is up to you to do your due diligence, to research the artist, to make sure this is their original artwork, because if you buy somebody else's copyrighted work, when you try and resell it, guess what? You can be hit, and you can be hit hard. Yep. So keep that in mind. That is a big deal. So that is number one. The second big problem with NFTs is when you sell your NFT. Say you bought an NFT, you sell it later. You might be paying part of your profits to an invisible partner that you may not know about. Why is that? Because
in the beginning of the NFT, I can set up to say I want 30%.
Yes.
So when I sell the NFT to you, I can put in the chain to say 30% of all future sales come back to me.
Yeah. The point that Jeff brought up, a great point here, is that NFTs, one of the best features about them is smart contract capabilities. So, when you mint an NFT, when you create it, you can put a clause in the code itself that says every time in perpetuity that this NFT is sold, 10%, 15%, 30% must go back to me, and it's automatic. It's not something that you actually have to do. So let's say hypothetically you buy $1,000 NFT.
$1,000. I hear 1,500, 1,500, 1,500, 1,500, 1,575. We got 1,575 over here.
He's in a ranty kind of mood. So. And let's say in a perfect world, your NFT does go up in value. Let's say you try and sell it. Let's say you sell it for $10,000.
Yep. Nice round numbers. It's very good.
See, I like round numbers. But there was a 30% residual set on that, a smart contract set on that at the time.
Yep.
But you didn't know about it.
Yep.
And you just lost $3,000
of value that you thought was yours in the bag.
Yep. So, and it's nothing you can control. So whenever you buy an NFT, you need to be aware, is there a residual set up? And this is something that a lot of people are excited about, though. Because let's say you are a high-ticket artist, and you want to be paid every time your artwork is sold. Well, that's exactly what this is here for. And
this is our food.
Our food is coming up. This is great.
This is our stunt food. Yes,
that looks amazing.
Just give me the fork. I'll be fine.
That looks really good.
I'm just kidding, Talia. Thank you.
No,
here it is. Now, this is this April's?
Yes, April. It's the April special food pairing.
Okay.
Schnitzel warm with side of spatzel.
Okay. Oh yeah, this
schnitzel with a side of spatzel.
We've seen it online. We're like we got to show it off.
So yes, this is April's dish. It is the
there we go. Oh, you got the thing here.
It is all right.
Get the camera. We're gonna get close on it. There we go.
It is the schnitzel. That is a terrible shot. There. That looks much better. That is the schnitzel parmesan.
Schnitzel
with a
parmesan.
side of spatzel.
So you got a schnitzel.
That looks amazing.
With the marinara and the provolone or mozzarella cheese in the spatzel.
Now explain what a schnitzel is, because that looks like chicken parmesan to most people.
It probably does, but a schnitzel is a pounded out pork cutlet, breaded and pan fried.
So if you've ever been interested in pounding your pork, it's called schnitzel, is what it is.
And we're off the air.
And Facebook, we just lost Facebook.
So no, we got this thing here. We definitely want to show you, because there are a lot of people I've talked to said that, and that pairs with their April beer, which is the Hopfen Spezial.
Hopfen Spezial.
Which
now
is one of their hoppier beers of the year. As you guys know, we talk about it quite a bit, and we didn't open with it because really I wanted to wait until you got the food up here, and I knew we were going to do it at some point. But anyway, the idea behind, or what I like to talk about with the Hofbrauhaus is all of their beers are drinkable.
Yeah, they're not
All
overly
of them.
hoppy.
They're not so hoppy, or they're not so malty.
They melt your teeth.
Let's see. You can get a stout that's just basically, to me, it tastes like I'm chewing coffee grounds. And I'm not a coffee guy. I don't drink coffee. I wake up in the morning, I drink water.
Man, I love a coffee stout.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people do, and a lot of people love it, and it's not for me. So if that's the other end of the spectrum. But then you get the people out there who's like, oh, put all the hops in it. You know, how hoppy do you want this beer? Yes.
I think most of those people are making it up, by the way.
I think they are.
I don't believe them. So,
Here's the rub to all these freaking. Here we go. Here's another rant.
This would be a long, ranty show.
All these freaking bars out there, like, well, people love to buy the IPAs. No, they don't. They come in and they get this girl over here. She got a bottle, and I kind of wish I could use it as a.
That's a cider, boys. That's a cider.
Oh, okay.
Looking at your beer. Sorry.
Looking at the beer. No, we're just looking at the beer.
Sorry, we're just looking at your beer.
So you get the bottle, and they nurse that bottle for 2 hours.
Your beer. We're looking at your beer. You got the cider, boys. You got the cider. I know.
There you go.
That's what we're saying. Yeah.
So
I love cider. Cider's great.
So as he's done talking to people over there, I'll tell you, you go to these places, they're talking about all these people who want the IPA beers.
Yeah.
They don't want the IPA beers. They want to say they're drinking the IPA
Right.
beer.
People
So
who don't know about
they
beer,
hold
they
the
want
beer.
the IPA.
They hold the beer.
Yeah.
They put the beer in a nice metal koozie to keep it warm for 4 hours because that's how long it takes to frickin' drink it.
You're right. And you know what? People who order a cider, I fully respect that. You know what? You order what you like.
You
Order what you
Order what you like.
And guess what? More bars in the future will continue to carry the things that you like because you ordered it.
Yes. And I try
And
to
by
go
the way, I
to
do
these
love a
people-
cider. I'm not just making that up.
Yes. And they have a Rattler up here too, but that's just
Man, I love a
basically
Rattler.
that's just
I love a
basically
Rattler.
a beer blend.
The
But
Rattler is basically a German. What's the word I'm trying to think of?
I just call it a blend. It's like lemonade and beer.
Yeah, well,
It's really refreshing.
the word just slipped my mind.
If you say seltzer, I'm going to slap
Not
you.
seltzer. Come on. We're men. We're not even allowed to say seltzer.
I say stelzer because that's the road we
Stelzer.
over there. Anyway, back to the moral of the story being they take this one 12-ounce bottle of beer and it's 2 hours on it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm 30 minutes on a liter of beer,
I
and
have
that's
no-
if I'm slowing down.
No comment. That might
Yes.
say more about your drinking.
My capabilities,
Other people.
not problems.
So,
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Genevieve Gibson actually brought a couple points. She's talking about the first point is about the schnitzel. She called it a pork chop.
It's pork
basically a
chop.
pork
Yeah,
chop.
you know what?
You're not wrong.
It'll work.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a pork
it's-
chop
yeah.
parmesan.
Yeah, just
and her next
take
point
a
is
boneless pork chop, pound it out, put this up here, and then let me eat it.
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
I'm gonna go with
Lining-
negative.
no,
Negative.
lining
No. Negative Ghost
Shan- I was
Rider.
trying to
The
think of
pattern is
shandy.
full.
No, so a rattler is basically a German shandy. Is what I was
Oh
trying to
yeah.
think of.
Okay. Yeah.
A
Yeah.
shandy.
All right.
And I
Yeah.
love a
That
shandy,
works.
and I love a rattler.
Yes. So back to the bars. Instead of selling 2 bottles of beer to stand with the man bun,
If you
how
have a
about
man bun,
you
no offense.
sell me offense. Unless you're a samurai, you should not have a man bun. Instead of selling 2 beers to the guy, why not sell 2 liters to the guy? It just stands to reason. Which is also why I don't drink high potent
Very high
beer.
ABV beer.
I don't
Right.
drink high ABV
That's
beer.
why, Zaftig Brewing doesn't sell beer by the liter.
Nobody. I go and I do this everywhere I go. And they go, what will you have? I'm like, well, I'll try this. Just give me a liter of that. I'll give it a taste.
Most
And they
places
look
don't
at me
sell by
and
the
go,
liter.
excuse me, sir? A liter of beer?
Sorry, Farva, we don't
Yeah.
sell a
Do I-
liter of cola.
Do I need to bring my own glass here?
You just bring your own Stein everywhere you go.
I really probably should.
That'd be awesome.
just
If
saying.
anybody would, I could see you doing it. So
Yeah.
back to NFTs real quick. We're just going to run through these real quick. We're running out of time.
We have plenty of time.
The second big problem with NFTs is that smart contract capability. So if you buy an NFT, make sure that you're not beholden to give 30, maybe 50%
I
of
don't
your
see that
profits.
as a problem. I might create NFTs and say 99%. Some
Well,
sucker's going to sell this
if
thing.
If the buyer doesn't catch it, you're right. It's on
Yeah,
them.
it's
But
money.
here's the interesting thing. So, if you are a well-known artist, right, and up until now you've only done paintings, whoever
Like
buys your
me.
painting, they can go and sell it anytime they want. You never even know about it. You never know it. You never see a
Dude.
profit from it. However, if you have this associated with a digital piece of artwork, and they then sell it, you get a profit on that in perpetuity. Your descendants could get a profit from that in perpetuity. That is
wait a
hypothetically
minute.
if
Are
these
you
things
saying
hold
that
their
we
value.
could be building dynasty? You know what? We're going to stop right there.
Nope, we're not going there.
We're not going there.
We stay away from politics.
We stay away from politics,
But here's the best thing.
which is hilarious.
Here's the best thing about this capability.
Yep.
I genuinely feel like NFTs to sell digital artwork is scratching the surface. It is riding a go-kart in a drag race, is what that is.
I would have went go-kart in an F1 race, but all right.
Most people don't know what an F1 is. I'm not a car guy.
Shame on you all. Formula One?
No, okay.
Formula
Is Formula One referring to the formula of gasoline used?
No.
See, I don't know. That would have been my guess.
No.
What is the formula? What's the magic formula?
Pi times the radius square.
Well,
Come
I
on.
mean,
Come on.
I understand.
Come on.
I understand they have wheels. I get it.
No. Pi times the radius square. What is that?
I don't. You're
That is the
asking.
equation to find the area of a circle.
That's what I said. They have wheels.
Okay. All right. You got
I was
it.
there. I
You got
wasn't
it.
sure
Okay.
where you're going with that.
You were there.
I
All right.
understand they have wheels, but not every. That would make every car Formula One by that definition.
I like it. I have a Formula One Corvette that I'm going to put on the track next week, and we're going to have a heck of a good time.
So why is it called Formula One?
I have no clue.
See, thank you. I bet it has something to do with the fuel that's used. We'll look it up. I'll bet it has to do with fuel.
Wait.
But no. So here's the best thing about
You talk about fungibles. I'm going to talk.
Okay.
I'm going to Google.
You Google. So here's the great thing about the smart contract capabilities. These can be used on actual contracts, right? Let's say you have a
So
contract.
you're saying this is the new DocuSign?
Yes.
Nice.
And here's the best thing. As I said earlier, as the blockchain gets more complex to equate, as it takes more processing power to run this, to create new elements for this blockchain, the less accessible it becomes for average people. So these little, crypto unicorns are going to go away. However, the price will still be accessible for large corporations, larger companies. They want to have more secure contracts with their vendors, with their employees, with other companies. And the NFT associated with these contracts could then be transferred. They could be changed in other ways, which then could be tracked back and kept a very close eye on these things. And the companies that create these contracts in the first place could still then be profiting from these contracts in perpetuity. There are a number of different ways these could be used in the
If
future.
Tesla had this, if Nikolai Tesla had this,
Yeah.
because Nikolai Tesla actually tore up his contract.
Yes.
Everything in your
His
life.
Edison contract?
He would be, well, not an Edison contract, the contract with the company, the Westinghouse. His Westinghouse contract, which basically would make him the richest man in the world many times over. Would have made him and his legacy the same. Nobody else would. Amazon, Jeff Bezos.
Well, I mean, he was
you
too
would have
busy
been a
having
hawker of hot dogs on the streets of San Francisco.
He was too busy having an affair with a pigeon and talking to people on Mars.
Hey,
Two true stories, by the way. Two true stories, by the way.
one of them
about
true,
Nikola
the
Tesla.
other one
Come on.
conjecture.
He was into birds.
Yeah, well, that was the one that was true. He did fall in love with a pigeon, but that's beside the point.
Between
But there was
the two, that's the least crazy
well, yeah. There's nobody on Mars to talk to.
that you know of.
We would have found them already. They'd have been like, "Don't come here."
You guys are having affairs with pigeons.
Yes.
Don't come here and
Yes,
bring your
yes.
pigeon polygamy.
Like, if you can't bring me pigeon guy, I don't want you. I don't know why all of a sudden the Martians are French, but whatever.
I thought you were going for a Scottish. It'll work in your accents. We're getting weird here. This happens towards the end of the Underdog journey.
Yes, it is. Formula One, also known as Formula One or F1,
Yes.
is the highest class of international auto racing for a single-seater Formula racing car sanctioned by the Fédération Internationale des Automobiles.
Yep.
The word formula in the name refers to the set of rules of which all participants must conform.
So it has to do with the set of rules?
It has to do with the set of rules that the drivers and the cars and the teams and everything have to go through.
I've never heard a set of rules referred to as a formula.
It's a formula. They're
All right.
also French.
That's fair. The
Formula E.
the French.
The French. Yeah, cheese-eating surrender monkeys.
Great. Awesome. Thank you.
That was a direct quote
That's-
from Jeremy Clarkson,
I
by
was
the
going
way.
to say we're not gonna get political here. We love the French. They make delicious fries. So, but
It's, has some space.
so one of the things I actually brought up in a post the other day. Well, the other day. Yeah, it was the other day. Is the idea of using these things.
Well, it wasn't today, so it was the other day.
Brewdog, they have their Equity for Punks program, right?
Yeah.
Now, what if buying an NFT could be considered congruous with
Whoa. Go back. Last word.
congruous?
Oh, congruous. Okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
Could actually be considered congruous with actually making a legitimate investment in a company,
I
right?
like that.
You buy this NFT, the company who made the NFT takes the money as a profit. However, in return, it's essentially a really hyped up loyalty program, right? The holder of the NFT could then be eligible for certain member benefits. They
To
could
be
get
honest,
certain
this
types
could
of
replace the
discounts.
stock market.
You're not wrong. That's kind of where
Of
I'm
course
going
I'm
with
not
this.
wrong.
That's kind of where I'm going with this. So Equity for Punks, you are actually buying a small share of the company. However, at the way it's currently set up, it's not sellable. It's not tradable. You can't sell it on the stock market. You can't trade it.
It's an NTS.
You can't-
It's a non-tradable stock.
Exactly. You can't do anything with it. It's basically a hyped up loyalty program, right? An NFT can function the exact same way. However, here's the difference. The NFT, you could sell, you could transfer. The company then gets your data in addition to the data of the person that you sell or transfer it to. In addition, if they put a percentage of that
Holy
sale
mother
going back
of
to
Pete.
them,
Dennis is here.
hey, it's the manager. There. So every time you sell or trade that NFT, Brewdog could then get a profit from that.
Wait.
Could then keep, as they get the data, and they can keep a percentage of that, and the loyalty program continues to grow.
I'd like to announce the comment of the evening.
Oh, getting some good comments coming in.
The comment of the evening comes from a one Mr. Jonathan
John Calarasi.
Calarasi.
We haven't seen you in a while, John. How you
Magic
doing?
mushrooms and crypto. Minerico logic progresses as tangerine martinis accumulate.
I don't know what's going on,
But I like it.
but I like it, John. I think you're on a roll, and I want to hear more.
I'm very interested, Mr. Jonathan Calarasi, because I don't think it's appropriate to use your other title on here in this tangerine martini.
John, I'll use your title. You're my hero. That's your official title.
Yes.
That's a great comment.
Yes.
So
I am digging it. You know what? Just one more time for the for posterity. Maybe with a little bit of the stuff on it here.
All right,
Here we
let's
go.
get
Here we go.
this.
Turn this down.
Hello, there we go. Magic mushrooms and crypto. Minerico. Logic progresses as tangerine martinis accumulate.
And there's just no way you can't have fun with that.
exactly. So John says to look up Monerico. So
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Monerico, John, is that related to the Monero coin that you're talking about? We actually brought that up as far as being easy to mine these on other people's websites. You
Yeah.
actually get a small piece of code. You hack into a website, you place it on that.
I put it on
website.
NASA, and
Everybody
man,
would
I've been making bank.
Well, I think it was about 2 years ago, maybe 3. Somebody placed a string of this code. I think it was on UFC's website, and by the time they found it, whoever had done it probably made tens of thousands of dollars.
Wait,
from this
I'm trying to
string
get
of
myself
code.
in the shot here. If anybody can't see, now she has left. She's went back to Pittsburgh, but Cassie, who used to run the, she was a manager here, and she actually handled a lot of the ordering for the gift shop
Okay.
here at the Ufbra House.
Okay.
She bought this shirt here, and it says
Hoptimistic.
Hoptimistic. The belief that everything gets better with another beer.
You trying to say you're out of beer? Is that what's happening here?
No, actually, I'm good.
All right. I'm not sure where this is going.
We should make a non-fungible topiary cream of my shirt.
A non-fungible token of your shirt?
Yeah, that's what I said.
A non-fungible topical cream for my shirt. Okay.
So I mean, it's pretty easy to see which one of us goes on this side, which one of us goes on that side. Again, I go back to it's time. It's time. You know what? I'm willing to give up X amount of my time to do this so I can do that.
Right.
That's what it boils down to.
Absolutely.
If you are only willing to give up this amount of your time, you can't really expect to get this much.
So that's your way of saying NFTs are a bad investment?
What's that?
Is that your way of saying NFTs are a bad investment?
I don't think now's the time to do it. I think that there will be, if in the future, this will replace the stock market. Mark my words, in 100 years, this will be the stock market because A, it's easier to track. The only problem is, again, it takes 51%. Now, I'm just saying that. I know 50.0000 whatever will do it. 51% to say, hey, no, this person owns it, and it's done.
So John actually brought up a point here. He said Monaco is dealing with crypto and natural LSD, the medicinal qualities thereof. I'd like to see how crypto works with LSD.
I want to know more about
I'll read about it. I won't take part firsthand in that, but that's very interesting. Again,
I injected, but my heart didn't pump.
So
wait, how do you take LSD? I don't even know.
So it's I
was doing the Bill Clinton smoke but didn't inhale thing, but
so I know when Jimi Hendrix did LSD, he had little hits of acid he would put in his headband, and when he'd sweat during a concert, it would drip down into his mouth and eyes, and it would soak into his system, and that's how he got massively tripped out during these.
See,
kids are
I have a
tripped
problem.
out, hopped up.
I put James Hendrix in the top 15 guitarists.
All right, we're going off the rent. All right, so
no. This is the rail. He was sloppy. He found close to the note and then slid into the note, or he hit the wrong note and then bent up to the note. Don't be wrong, he was talented, but he didn't have the precision that was needed to be considered the greatest of all time, and I'm sick and tired of hearing it.
So NFTs.
I say 15, but it's not really 15. He's really in the top 3 or 4 because he was an amazing guy, but amazing guitarist. But I like precision.
I think David's really bored with the NFC topic.
Well,
So
it
NFTs.
says hello or ho.
I think John may have
I think
been
John's
drinking a little
drunk.
bit himself. Is he here at the Hofbräu House?
John hit the tangerine martinis a little hard.
Right, they're accumulating. So
They're accumulating.
You said that you don't believe that NFTs are a good investment. I actually put a poll on Instagram, and we are seeing that 55% of people believe that NFTs. 55% of people who took part in this poll believe that NFTs are a good investment. 45 said no. So it's really split down the middle. This is actually a very kind of divided situation we have here.
If I Instagram, I'd have said no.
Again, NFTs, I believe, selling crypto art is scratching the surface of the technology's capabilities.
Yes.
But let's get into the third and final major problem with NFTs.
Third and final. We're coming into
that I've really thought about, which is the fact that the prices are fluctuating so much. And if you remember, back when, again, a couple of years ago, when Bitcoin was really huge in the news, it got gigantic. And it was, it hit this all-time high peak. And then overnight, the bubble kind of burst, people lost interest, and it was worth, a fraction of what it was the next day. People literally lost millions of dollars. I do believe that a lot of these NFTs that are being sold right now, the crypto ponies is a prime example. These things, this is selling for $72,000. In a year, this will not be worth the gas prices it took to mint it.
$72,000.
Right.
Brought to you in part by Microsoft Paint.
Right. Not even that. Now, look, there are some legitimately good, fairly good pieces of artwork here.
See, I have a problem. Really, if you knew my stance, and a lot of people who know me know that I'm like this. Music requires instruments, requires good vocals, requires songwriting, requires all of this, in my opinion, to be considered music.
Right.
If you walk up on stage with a MacBook Pro, hit play, and then sing along to it, you're a karaoke artist. Artist. And if I offend you, good, you need to be offended. Go out and get a band and play the frickin' set.
So, but remember the first problem I brought up with the copyright infringement. Here's one, and here's an NFT currently being listed of, is that Ariana Grande?
I'm sorry. Is that a person or a Taco Bell order?
Well, so Taco Bell actually came with their own NFTs, which is a completely different subject. This is trying to sell, rather.
Oh, this is that girl that wears like the corsets on the shows and the televisions all the time.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Which is trying to sell this image
chipper.
for $312. Now, here's the funny thing. If
Is it
she
her?
were to place a copyright infringement lawsuit, she could find the seller of this and actually sue their pants off. Because
And
this
I believe that she should.
Because exactly, and that's the thing. And things like this are so common right now. There's nothing stopping you from taking any
That's a bad
copyrighted
picture,
image.
too. You know what? I'm actually looking at it on your show. I see it over here. There's a bit of delay. I see it here. It's very pixelated. It's not very good.
Right.
It's not a very good picture. It's not high resolution or anything like that.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, there's nothing stopping you from going on Google, finding any random picture that somebody else invented. Look at this hot dog pan. Finding any random picture that somebody else created, and you can then go create an NFT of it and sell it. And the thing is by the time most people caught on to what's going on, it would be sold, they would have gotten the money, and the buyer would then be held liable for the copyright infringement.
That's right.
So that is one of the major problems with NFTs. But
I'm gonna go with that. You know, of everything I've heard, I'm gonna bump that up the list to number one.
that was number one.
Oh, okay, good. That's number one.
He wasn't even paying attention. He's ranting about literally everything under the sun tonight. You're in a mood tonight.
Well, you know, I felt like I was dying after that medical procedure I had yesterday.
Making up for lost time.
I'm making up for lost time. I didn't bitch about enough things yesterday.
I believe that. I believe
yes.
that. Have some schnitzel.
I can't wait. This is stunt dope over here. I'm going to and
You need to pack that up and take it home. That'll be a good lunch tomorrow.
yeah, I'll give it to somebody. I don't eat leftovers.
What?
Leftovers
are the best.
There's a lot of
Leftovers are so good. The flavor has time to marinate throughout every bite.
No.
Yes. Okay. Anybody watching, if you love leftovers or you hate them, leave a comment, like this video, and follow the channel because I want to know your opinion on leftovers. Leftovers are delicious. In addition to NFTs, leftovers are delicious. We should take a photo of this, make an NFT of this.
Yes, indeed. So we got hello, our homeboys. We are drinking all legal vodka and orange juice. Isn't that called a screwdriver?
So John Colarossi is drinking legal vodka. Is that different from illegal vodka, like moonshine?
Is that a brand? It might be a brand.
Is legal a brand?
Or he's so drunk that he doesn't know what he's typing.
Well, maybe he knows people who
and he
make
said,
their own
Mary
vodka
Kay
at
took
home.
over whilst I was pouring drinks. Monerico's a penny over the counter. I don't know if that's what OTC means.
Monerico might be over-the-counter natural LSD. Is that what he's talking about?
Oh, I have no idea.
Because here he's talking about Monerico and the LSD. Down here saying it's a penny over the counter.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. We're going to get clarification on that after this break.
If you're interested in very inexpensive LSD and you want to launder your money through NFTs, you're watching the right show.
LSD and mushrooms are drugs that they can only test via brain stem fluid.
I did know that. I did know that.
So most drug testing can't pick it up.
And your entire life, as long as you live, if you ever take LSD, guess what? The LSD stays in your spinal fluid. So at any point, if you did LSD, if you did acid when you were 16, when you're 80 years old, they can still do a spinal tap on you and tell that you did that.
You did it. Yep.
Yep. That's always in your system. So don't do drugs, kids, is what we're trying to say. Don't do drugs.
Wait. Do we have the thing with a star that goes up?
What? Oh, the more you know.
The more you know.
I do want to get that as a graphic. However, I'll bet somebody's turned that into an NFT, and that belongs to NBC.
Yeah, I think it was NBC back.
So, speaking of NBC, we actually got a copyright strike this week.
It emailed us. It got back to us pretty quick. It's like, hey, yo.
So if you guys watched one of my videos promoting the show that should have been on yesterday,
we got a strike or a warning? Because a strike you get 3 and you're done.
Well, it's a warning.
Okay,
we're good. We call it a strike. So it was a warning. Well, not really a warning because they did block the video.
Oh yeah, they blocked the video.
Strike. It's a strike.
Okay,
but it's not the 3 strikes you're out thing. It's different.
Oh, this is YouTube.
No, this is Facebook.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The 3 strikes you're out thing
All
is
right.
Facebook. If you there's a difference between a warning or a infringement or things like that. But when you get a strike, when you actually get a strike in YouTube, you get 3 of them, and your channel's done.
That's not always the case.
You can battle this.
It's yes and no.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the video is blocked. If you want to see it, it is actually still up on our Instagram page. So check out the video. It's promoting the show that should have been yesterday that we're talking about right now.
Yes.
Shannon Black says, "Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Been out buying Kleenex to stock your fishing shed with."
So,
Shannon's going down, man.
in my 6-hour round trip drive yesterday,
Yeah, you were actually at Buddy's
I actually
Pay Lake.
went to Buddy's Pay Lake.
So we need to start promoting this, by the
So
way.
I went to Buddy's Pay Lake to do a quick promo video, and I did. Just 10 seconds, just a quick 10-second promo video to talk a little smack. There's a lot of people that are throwing their hat in the ring for Shannon. They really think this guy has a prayer against a professional like myself.
Well, look.
Don't get me wrong, his profession is fishing and my profession is, sales, but
So Shannon runs a channel, Real Life Outdoors Shannon Black.
the real
on
life
YouTube.
outdoors.
Real Life Outdoors Shannon Black. And it's a great channel.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, go to his channel, check out the size of the fish he's been catching. And I think Shannon, you're going to be in some trouble. Just saying.
Two
Look.
fishes and muy picante de señor.
So I know you just monetized your channel, so maybe
Yeah.
you can use that extra money to buy some stunt fish. for ya.
Actually, you know what? What's been great is we're doing this with the Easter seals down there.
Yes.
For a great
we're
cause.
we're gonna turn this into a fundraiser.
Oh, it is definitely a fundraiser, and I got to tell you, we're losing.
We are. We gotta hype this
We
up.
are losing. So after this tonight is our last podcast that's not charitable fundraiser driven
Yes.
until this event, because we're way behind
We got to catch up and
from what these guys are doing. They are at this point right now. They are pushing $1,000 already.
So there are going to be several side bets associated with what's going on. So
Yes, absolutely.
One of the side bets is who can raise the most money for this organization
And they are crushing.
so far.
Crushing
so
us.
far. But we are the underdog journey. So we are the underdogs, and we will come back and we'll make this happen.
Hey, Adrian. Rocky was he was an underdog, and he won.
He wants to be talking about literally anything except for NFTs tonight. So Laura L. Lyons Black says they're getting ready to start practicing. You got him scared. So
Practicing. You can't practice. You can practice anywhere except Buddy's Pay Lake. We need to sit down and go over the rules with
that's
this.
true.
We need to get,
Shannon,
all right, so
you can't
next
practice
week,
at Buddy's Pay Lake.
Next week, we need to get Shannon on here, and we need to hammer out the rules. We need to hammer out all the stuff, because we need to stay. I know they actually, I don't want to say anybody stay away from Buddy's Pay Lake, even Shannon, because that's a business. We're business people. That's the whole purpose and premise behind our podcast. So yeah, we want him to do business, but we want you to fish with a Snoopy pole for the rest of the week,
With a what?
for the rest of the month.
Practice with a
Until
what?
a Snoopy fishing pole.
Snoopy. You said
Snoopy.
Snoopy pole. Got it.
Snoopy pole.
Snoopy fishing pole. Or Barbie, maybe Hello Kitty. Would be
Hello Kitty.
acceptable.
Hello. Yeah. Any of those are fine.
Yes.
We don't need practice. Okay. All right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see.
If you don't practice, you're going to regret it. Actually, when was the last time you fished?
Me?
Yeah.
What?
It's probably been 3 years for me.
It might have been the 90s
Okay.
for me.
So we're going to do some practice
It
fishing.
literally might have been the 90s.
We're going to practice. We're going to practice putting worms on a hook,
So
just throwing them at people as they walk by. And boom! I got one.
well, here's what we got to do. So we got to get somebody with scuba gear to go into Buddy's Pay Lake
Oh yeah.
and start putting things on hooks.
Yes.
Just
What we need to
just
do is we
screw
get them down
with,
there and, all right, so what we need to do is we separate the lake. Say, this is our side of the lake, that's your side of the lake. And then have our scuba diver just over there tying their lines together.
There you go.
Unbaiting their hooks and then
Exactly.
tying their lines together so they're battling from other sides. Y'all just watch my videos and learn it. Oh, that's what we're going to do. You don't think we've already watched your videos?
Shannon, I've seen every video on your channel.
You don't think we've already watched your video for pointers? So we've had even people who I went to that went to school with he and I both
Yeah.
that are like, oh, my money's on Shannon. Your money's on the wrong place, my
you
dear.
lived at a.
I lived the summer that my house burnt down. It was like at the end of the school year. My house burnt down. It was only a few days left of school. House burnt down. I lived at a lake
You did?
in a tent, smelling like a teenage boy does. Lives in a tent at a lake, and fished every single day. I had a little John boat. The John boat had a leak, so you'd go out there and you'd fish a little bit, and then you'd sit there and bail water out for a while. Then you'd fish a little bit more. You'd bail water, and if you fished a little too long and forgot to bail the water, you'd be like, uh-oh. That's when you use the bigger bucket. You had to bail water. I never did find that leak.
That was an interesting childhood.
Yeah, it was great.
That's the year he learned how to swim.
I knew how to swim way before that. I never had a problem swimming. I was, made for water. I'm very buoyant. Although in my youth I was not like this. I was very, very skinny. Like you've seen my kids. I mean, I was skinnier than my son.
Wow.
Growing up, and then it was like, oh, you know what? God said, you know what? Fat.
You know what? Happens to the best of us. Metabolisms are rough, man. Getting old, it's a thing.
Yeah. So I tried to warn him. I was like, dude, I was just like you. I was skinnier than you.
Lay off those donuts, Noah.
And then, bam. Let's see here. My money's on Easter seals. You know what? That's who we're betting on right now. Literally everybody's betting on the Easter seals because it doesn't matter who gets the biggest fish.
Oh, he has a PayPal link. Okay.
Yep. So we have a PayPal link.
I didn't realize Shannon had a PayPal link.
So we're going to set up GoFundMe, right?
We're going to go set up a GoFundMe.
We're going to set up a GoFundMe. We're going to set up a couple other things, and we're going to do a lot of promotions, a lot of promotional videos. We may actually run down there and try to talk with some people from the Easter Seals. I know that they've already been in contact with them, and the Easter Seals are ecstatic. They are loving this. So they're going to have people at the site for the competition.
Right. So and that's a great charity. So
Yeah.
in addition, seals are adorable. Yeah, every time I go to the Columbus Zoo, I see them, and we were there near Easter. I'm like, that's an adorable Easter seal.
There we go. It's an adorable Easter Seal. Not the same thing, but okay.
But it's a great charity, and we will promote this. We're gonna have QR codes. We're gonna have the whole promotional deal going on.
We're gonna push. And we're gonna push hard.
We need to get push Shannon back in his place.
That's right.
He's getting
we are at about an hour and a half.
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
We're about an hour and a half.
I think you caught a little bit of the NFT stuff. So next week we're going to be at the Corvette Museum, and that's where you're really going to be in your.
I'll be in my own
zone.
On my home thing there, but also every
there.
podcast from here till the 15th, which is when the competition goes.
Yep.
We're going to push and try to highlight the competition. We're going to try to push and highlight. The competition is the competition. It's really the charity that we want to push. Mm-hmm. We want you guys to donate. We want you guys to donate as much as you can without causing yourself financial harm. This is a great cause, a great thing, and that's what we're going for. We want to help the Easter Seals as much as we can.
And all of the money that we collect, by the way, is going to go directly to the local chapter.
Yeah, it's the local area of Easter Seals. So it's going to be in the Lawrence County area, Lawrence County, Ohio. It's going to stay in the area as much as we can. We specifically didn't want to go get the nationwide part of it. We wanted somebody to stay in that area and keep the money in the area to help the local residents, to help the local people around Buddy's Pay Lake, and just kind of, I don't know, do the most good.
Exactly. So it's going to be a great event, and looking forward to it. And so we will be back with you next week from the Corvette Museum. And
Museum.
More details about that will come along soon. So thanks for joining the Underdog journey.
Hey, last thing here. They're talking about building a playground, and this really helps out the kids with autism.
I didn't know
and
that.
Of that nature.
So great news from Shannon.
They're talking about building a playground with them, with part of the
money
funds
that we collect will go directly to building a playground.
Playground for children's autism.
Shannon, that's amazing. Thanks a lot for that information.
So the work that they have put into this has been phenomenal. I still want to beat the hell out of them, but you know what? They've done a great job.
For a good cause, so we will beat the hell out of them for a good cause.
We'll beat the hell out of them for a good cause. Until next week.
I've been West.
I've been a little drunk.
He's been ranty.
No, I've been ranting. Yes, I've been very, very ranting. And I can't wait to be at the National Corvette Museum next week. We're going to have a great time. We'll see you guys then.
We'll see you then. Bye.
I think that might be right. He's usually over here, but I see some people still talking in the comments here, so I figured I'd just jump back on real quick. I got half the lights shut off over here. When Wes comes back out, we'll do it. But I see that it's Matthew Hamlin's birthday, and I happen to know also that he's a Lion Sack of good friend stuff, and he is definitely not a solid 29 years old. So happy birthday to you, Matt. Thanks for tuning in, and we will hopefully check in next week. We're going to be on a little earlier.
Are we back online?
Yeah, I clicked the button. I mean, I didn't. I clicked this button right here. I'm like, hey, it says master. I'll do that. But basically, it says it's my birthday, so it's 29. So I wanted to wish Matt Hamlin a happy birthday.
Matt Hamlin, happy birthday,
And I said,
Matt.
I know he's a Lion Sack of something or other. And he goes, shit is the word. I know he's not 29 because dude graduated with me. So
might be a little older than 29.
Might be a little older than
Slightly
29.
over 29.
So he's doing well. out there. So just when I see you over, I wanted to pop over and wish you a happy birthday and thank you for coming out and watching us tonight.
Matt, good seeing you.
Happy birthday, bud.
All right.
Back to the countdown.
Back. We'll see you guys next week.